everybody, this is your instructor Kevin Hill, and we're going to go through video number 3, which is our second project. So let's fire up After Effects. So we'll start with a new composition. That's just click composition and choose new composition, or hit Control N or Command N if you're using a Mac. I'm going to set the duration to 10 seconds, and we'll use the same preset we used before, which is a HD TV 720 with a 2997 frame rate. Okay, and let's go ahead and name that composition Project 2 and your initials. Just like that, and then hit OK. There we go. Now we're going to import a couple of assets because if you look on your assignment, 8 and 9 are an audio layer and a video layer. So in order to import, if you remember, just double click right here in your project window, and we're going to navigate to our folder that we need. So I've made a folder called Cahill Project 2. You can name one using your name and Project 2. It's very important to keep all of your files together, especially with After Effects, because it references those files. And when you turn your project in, you're going to want to turn in a zip file that contains all of your assets, including your project. So these are the two things. I've got an audio file called Roland. It's one of the ones that you can download for the project, and my video clip. You just click and drag to select those, and then just hit import. Right, so now we see our assets here in our project window. I'm going to bring our video clip in first, so I'm just going to click and drag down to the project window. And there it is. Now this is a 12-second clip, and our project is 10 seconds. So there's an extra 2 seconds that are happening at the end here that you don't actually see because it's off there. You can drag your clip around, as you can see, so you can kind of change where that footage starts if you want. I kind of like it right at the beginning here. So just be aware that you can click on here and you can drag and you can move your footage along in the timeline. If you notice your time indicator, it's at the very beginning. So if I'm dragging this, I'm actually changing where that video starts, and it goes black when you're off the video. So say I moved it here, I drag this over, and there the video starts at that point, because this indicates that that is actual footage. That's how that works. These are my little friends. This is Shatner, and that's Coco. And for this clip, I'm just going to do a little introductory text, just to make a cute little video, and put a little sound on there. In fact, we can drag our sound clip down and put it right underneath there, and we'll get to that a little bit later. By the way, for this project, I just took my phone and recorded just a few seconds of these guys. You don't need to stress about the footage or the quality of it, or this is just to learn how to use the tools. So don't stress about your video clips too much. Sometimes your footage can be different sizes. For example, I'm going to mouse over right here and then roll the mouse wheel to zoom out. And you'll see this is the actual size of the footage that I just imported. And if you click and drag, you can actually move it around, so you can see the image is actually bigger than the project. You can scale that, just like we did before. So remember, you can squash and stretch stuff if you want to do that, but if you want to maintain your aspect ratio, just hold down Shift. Okay, I'm going to hit Control Z. That'd be Command Z on a Mac to undo that. Now it's actual size here, and I'm going to resize this so that there's some room for text and stuff. So clicking and then holding Shift to lock that aspect ratio. And I think we'll just go something like that. And you can scrub your timeline to make sure your characters stay on screen or in the places you want them to be. So that looks pretty good. When in doubt, you can always just roll your mouse wheel to zoom out, and you'll be able to see the size of your footage in relation to the frame. Alright, let's put some text in there. So click on your T up here for text, and then in your composition panel right there, click enter to start your type. Okay, so put some text in there. Okay, I'm going to come over here and mouse wheel to zoom in a little bit so I can see my text a bit better. And then go to character panel here. And, well, first we've got to make sure we select our text, so you can drag around and highlight it. And then you can just drag your pixels until you get it to the size you want. Or you can type it in. I'm just going to go with an even 100 and change the font, I think, to Arial, and we'll go ahead and make it bold as well. So there. Now, in order to move things around, once you're done editing your text, you go to your selection tool, and then you can click and you can drag it around. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right underneath him. And let's change the color. In order to do that, you can double click on the T here, and that'll select your whole text. And come over here to our fill color. We're going to change that to black. So you just click and drag down to the corner here to choose black. Hit OK. Hit your selection tool again to deselect your text, and I think that looks pretty good. Now, to quickly jump to the beginning of your project or the end, you can use home or end. So if you hit end, it'll instantly hop you to the end of the project, or home, and it'll bring you to the beginning of the project. Okay. So we want to click home in order to get to the beginning of the project, because we're going to add a text animation preset, and it's going to start at the point that your time indicator is at. Make sure your text layer is selected. Click on that. That gives you your handles around it, so you can tell that you've got it selected. And we're going to go to animation up here, and we're going to browse some presets. I've got this error message. It's saying that Adobe Bridge is not installed. Adobe Bridge is a great way to preview a lot of different kinds of assets that you use in various Adobe products. So I'm going to pause for a minute and download that. You may have the same thing come up. So you're going to hit OK, minimize that, and go to Adobe Creative Suite. Sign in and download Bridge. Shatner selected, the text for Shatner. So we're going to go up to Animation, Browse Presets, and this time Bridge opens up because it's now installed. And we're going to choose Text, and let's go with blurs. Here are a few of them, and you can preview them. I kind of like Bullet Train. You can use whatever you like. And so you select it, and then you got a little preview of what's going to happen with your text there. So place in After Effects, and we're going to go down and hit the text twirly, and there is our Bullet Train animator. Essentially, it's just kind of a way to quickly get a text effect on there without having to go through the motions of doing it by hand. Opening up Bullet Train animator, just hitting down on the twirly right there. You can see that it uses an opacity animation and a blur animation. So let's scrub the timeline here and see what's happening with our animation. So it pops on the screen, he yawns for a second, and he starts walking. So right about here, I think we'll have the text disappear. So that's pretty good. Just a couple seconds is all you need to introduce someone. Go to the transform on the text layer. Go down and hit animate the opacity. It's at 100% right now. It's created a keyframe right here, so we'll go forward just a little bit, and this is still active, and we'll just drag this to the left to 0 opacity, and there it goes. To get rid of this, or just if you don't want to look at that when you preview it, just click off it and hit spacebar to run the animation. And there you go. There's this little text animation. And guess what? We're going to do another one for this guy. So we'll scroll. Go to right about there. We go to the T up here, click that, and just another place other than the first text, just click on the screen and type, then go to your selection tool, and let's go ahead and put it right in the same, pretty much the same spot there. They're not going to be on screen at the same time, so you don't have to worry about them overlapping, but it's professional to have them appear in the same spot. To avoid a little confusion, you can always hide your layers when you don't need to use them, so we'll just go over to the eyeball here. This is just like hiding a layer in Photoshop. You just click that and it disappears. So now we've got a piece of text here for this guy, and we're going to have it appear. Let's go right about there. I'm just going to open this up. Now, you make sure you're selected. Just click on your little red line here. Same deal. We're going to go animation and browse presets, text, and blurs. And I think bullet train works pretty well, so we're going to go ahead and use that again. A little preview shows up on the right there. And just right click, place in After Effects. There you go. Now you just switch back to After Effects. It should be right there. Boom. There he goes. And let's close that up, click off it, and hit spacebar to preview it. Okay, so our first text is missing, and the reason for that is that it's still hidden. So I'm going to hit pause and click on our little eyeball to bring that back. Okay, and hit home to bring it to the beginning, and spacebar. And I'll click off it and then hit spacebar. Here we go. In case you haven't already, go ahead and save your project, and you're going to save it as your name p2.aep. So file, save as, and save. Right, let's do a little customization of a preset. So let's scrub the timeline a little bit down here towards the end. I think we'll have that appear a little bit sooner. So I'm going to stop it right about here, select the Cocoa layer, and then hit U. Now what that is brought up are the properties, the animated properties of this layer. Now the offset has been animated on this, so let's drag that and see what happens. That's the offset according to the anchor point, and that's your anchor point right there. Let's bring it that way a little bit. going to select this keyframe. I'm actually just going to drag it a little bit that way, so it's completely on the screen earlier. And to make it fit a bit better, let's drag these. You can just draw a rectangle and drag, and there, that'll move your keyframes over a little bit. Okay. You can make all kinds of changes to your presets. In fact, I added a preset. I didn't exactly change one, so you'll see this offset and this one. I'm going to click that and just hit delete. Oh, sorry. Click it one time, hit delete, and that goes away. There we go. So anytime you have an unwanted keyframe, just select it and delete it. That's all there is to that. That's going to save you a lot of headaches right there. Another customization you might want to do is select your keyframes and just go to Animation, Keyframe Assistant, Time Reverse Keyframes. And all that does is it flip the order on those two keyframes, so now it whooshes off screen instead of on screen as it did before. I'm going to undo that and just go to Edit, Undo Time Reverse Keyframes, or just hit Control Z or Command Z, and there you're back to normal there. But that's an option if you want to do that. Now let's go to the beginning of the timeline, and we're going to add a custom shape layer. So right click here, just right click and go New, Shape Layer, and there it is. Now you can draw your shape right on the screen. And what I'm going to do, since we've got some natural perspective lines right here, we're going to make a little animation that goes along with that. So you just click and drag to draw your shape on there. And I think it defaults to red, but you can change that. So after you've drawn your shape, go ahead and hit your selection tool just to make sure you don't draw another shape. Next thing we're going to do is check out our rectangle shape and go straight to Fill right here and hit the down arrow on that. And here's our color. So all you have to do is click on that color to change it, and you can change it to whatever color you like, and you can see it changes on the screen. In fact, you can also sample a color from your screen. So like say you go click on your eyedropper tool to sample a color. Maybe we want this nice brown color right here, and it's sampling from the exact pixel that you put it on, so that's pretty cool. There we go, and then hit OK, and now we've got a shape layer like that is that color, and we're going to animate it now. So we'll close that up and go to Transform. The importance of your layer order. If you remember to move things around, you click on the little icon next to the name of the layer. So I'm going to click that, bring it down below the text. That way when the text comes on, it's in front of it. Otherwise it would be behind our little brown box there. I'm just going to scroll a little bit forward here. Make sure the shape layer is selected, and then you can click and drag and get it where you want it. Actually, I'm going to add a little animation to this to our little box here. And we're going to go ahead and line it up first. So let's get a rectangle, fill, hit that, and we'll just line it up. Something like that. Yeah. Now we'll animate it. Transform. We want this box to appear right about the same time the text does, so let's go to about there and turn on both scale and position, and notice that creates keyframes right here. And then we're going to go back to the beginning and we're going to move this thing. So make sure you've got your selection tool selected and just drag this being aware of my lines here for this particular case, my little tile lines here, because they work like perspective lines. So I'm going to just click right there, right above where that line hits, and drag it up to here. And of course, as you know, when things get further away, they get smaller. So we're going to scale this down to something like that. So that's created new keyframes for position and scale. So when we animate it, it does something like that. And just for fun, let's add one more thing to it. We'll go right to where our keyframes stop, and we'll adjust opacity as well. So turn that on. It creates a keyframe, and we'll go back here and just take it back a little bit. So it's like our little frame pops right there. And then we'll make it disappear. Create a keyframe here, and the way I do it is I just drag this for a second, drag it back to 100, and that creates a keyframe, and then just go a few frames over and bring it all the way back down to 0. That pops on. Let's drag these last two keyframes a little bit further so that the box lasts just a little bit longer. There we go. And it disappears. Okay, now we will zoom all the way out so we see the whole thing. Keep all of our keyframes visible here, because the text for Coco is going to pop up in a second here. And we might as well use the exact same animation for that. So why do something more than once? If you've done it once, you can just copy it and paste it. So this is how you copy your keyframes. Drag a box around your keyframes, and they turn from gray to yellow. And it's selected your position, scale, and opacity keyframes for our little box here. Let's make sure our time indicator is where we want that box to start. So just before this text comes on, so right about there. And then you just move your time indicator first, then select your keyframes. So we've got those keyframes right there. Now edit, copy, and edit, paste. And it's pasted keyframes in just like the ones here. The animation ends right here, so those last two keyframes don't appear because our animation isn't that long. But everything else is the same way. So that's the exact same box animation working for both of these pieces of text. And by the way, when you copy keyframes like that, you can paste them onto other layers. So you can have, if you have like an exact timed sequence the way you want it, you can just copy those keyframes to other layers and they will act the same way. Okay, let's make a quick adjustment here. We'll hit spacebar to watch it, and as you can see, our square starts heading back up without holding in place anymore because we've added keyframes and it's trying to follow through to those keyframes. So let's pause our animation for a second here. We'll bring it back to about here. We don't want it to start moving until right about, I'll say about there. So what we'll do is we'll just copy our position keyframe, just Control C, and then we're going to paste it in right here, Control V. So that's going to hold it in place from here to here and then start moving, getting it and moving out of the way. And we'll also adjust our opacity. Let's drag that past there, and this one we're going to move our opacity to our position spot and turn that all the way to 0. So it goes up there and resets and you don't see it. And we're also going to adjust our opacity here from 52 to 0 so that we start completely invisible and it pops in. So there we go. So let's hit spacebar to watch that again. Nice. And of course you won't see this box moving back up there. But you get the hang of copying and pasting keyframes, and it can really save you a lot of time. Next we're going to create a custom shape with a gradient fill, and we're going to go into parent-child layers. Let's just click off down here somewhere and go up here to our shape tool. It may look like a rectangle, or it may look like it'll look like whatever the last thing you used was. So we're gonna choose a star because our little guys are rock stars, and you just drag on your screen something like that. And when you've got it the way you want it, hit enter. Go ahead and hit your selection tool so you don't accidentally create a second star. Then click on the word fill right here, and you can choose how you want to fill it. You can do solid fill, a linear gradient, or a radial gradient. I prefer the radial gradient for this one. We'll hit OK. Let's make a few other adjustments here. We're going to edit our gradient here. So we've got white going to yellow. I think, why don't we go yellow going to red? So you click on this right here to choose your color. Pick a nice rich gold color there. And then we'll come over here to our second color, and we'll drag this down to red. And hit OK. But I think we want a little bit more yellow showing there. So this little device here allows you to adjust the radial width of your gradient, so you can kind of adjust the way it looks. So I think we'll go right about there. That looks good. Now we're going to, let's close some of this up so we don't need to look at all that. We'll close our shape layer. Click on it and hit enter and type star, and that will and I've already named this one box, so it just helps to name your layers. Very, very helpful. Next we'll create a text layer, so let's hit our T, horizontal type tool, and click on the screen. Once that's the way you want it, you hit select to stop typing. Move our text around a little bit. Let's adjust the scale on it. So just double click on the little T there to select all of your text, and we're just going to drag our pixels down a little bit, say about there. We'll adjust to center it, so rock and star line up together. Go back to selection tool to move it, and let's select it again, double click, and we'll change our color to, let's go with white. Hit OK, and I think we'll switch this to black, which makes it a little thicker. Move it around just a little bit. Okay, good. And let's click off that. We're going to make the text a child of the star. So choose your rock star layer, click on right here and choose star. Now the rock star is a parent of star. So whatever we do with star, the text rock star will follow the star shape. So let's go to the beginning of our animation, and then we'll move along to where we really want Rockstar to show up. So let's go to about there. Then with star selected, we will move it, and notice the words Rockstar follow the star because they are now parented. So we'll put this right about here, but we want it underneath the text, so we're going to drag it down here, and we're going to drag the words Rockstar down as well so they don't get in front of our name here. But we want it in front of the box behind the text, so just about there. So that's the importance of ordering your layers. Clicking on our star again, because remember that's the parent. We'll do some adjustments here. Close up contents and just go to transform. So we want it to want the position to end up right here at this point. Click your stopwatch, creates a keyframe, and then we'll have it go completely off the page like that. So it pops on, and then when it fades away, we'll have it copy this position keyframe. So select it, Control C or Command C, then move your keyframe to about there. Control V to paste that in, so that between here and here that Rockstar will stay where it needs to be, and then right here we'll have it zip off screen again. So just click and drag it away like that. Then we'll move on along until we get to here, and we'll have it zip back on screen again. You can roll your wheel out to see it if it goes off screen. Have it pop right back to about there. Once again, you got to copy a keyframe. That's the keyframe of it off screen where it's about here. Copy that, and then move your indicator to where you want it, right about here. Hit Control V, and it's popped back off to where it was. So from here to here, your star will stay where it needs to be, and it won't start moving until you're ready for it to start moving, which is right about there. And I will keep it on the screen from that point on. Let's twirl that up and hit spacebar to run the animation. That is a little bit slow. Oh, it's still caching. You've noticed your green line here. So in a minute we'll watch it at full speed. Go. Not bad. Nice feature of After Effects is called Easy Ease, and that will allow you to smooth out your animations a little bit. So let's go to our star here. We just watched the animation, so now we're going to make a little addition here. So we're going to go to this keyframe right here, where it stops, right click on it, go keyframe assistant, and easy ease in. There we go. And we'll do another one right here. Keyframe assistant, easy ease out. There we go. And then when it comes back one more time, right here, select that keyframe, right click it, keyframe assistant, easy ease in, and it's going to stay on for the rest of the clips. Let's see how that looks. Spacebar to run it. It just kind of slows it down a little bit as it comes on and off screen. There we go. And last, remember that audio file that we had that's sitting down here. You don't hear your audio unless you do a RAM preview. There's going to be two sets of audio going on. There's one from the video, and then there's this music file. So we'll go ahead and hit RAM preview. Let's bring it back to the beginning, and got to give it a minute to cache in. Here, guys. Sounds pretty good. I want the music to start a little bit earlier, and I don't want my voice calling them. Let's make some changes to that. Twirl down on your video, and then twirl down again on your audio. And I like to just go to the waveform, and then you can see what's happening with your audio. And I'm betting this is right where I call them, right here. So RAM preview it real quick. Here, guys. In fact, I don't need the audio from the video at all. We're just going to have some music. So you can just go to your audio levels and just drag that down. And that -48 is complete silence, so that will do the job for that. So let's we'll RAM preview that real quick. Gotten rid of the sound on our video. Let's make some changes to our music file. Twirl down on your audio. There we go. Changing audio levels works the same way as everything else. The song, you can tell, doesn't really start till right here. So this is such a short clip, we want that song to start a bit sooner. So just like video, you can just click here and drag it over so that it starts a little bit earlier. And at the end, we want it to fade out. Just a quick fade out right there. So we'll click our animation stopwatch for audio levels, and then go to the end and drag that down to we can drag it down to total silence if you want, or say about there. To take a look at your waveform to see how it fades out, and that ought to work pretty well. We'll hit home to go to our beginning and RAM preview again. There we go. Spacebar to stop. And there you go. That is our project. And you know, you can always feel free to make changes, do things the way you want to do them in this. Just hit these particular points for your project. I might make that rock star spin as it spins on the screen. Perhaps add a little bit of motion blur. We'll get into that next time around. Hope you enjoyed the project. We'll see you next time.